Hi everyone, my name's Kathy. Welcome to my frugality channel, Skint Living UK. Today I thought I'd do a little catch-up video on my crafting and painting to let you know what I'm up to. Yesterday I actually got round to making my ironing board cover, yay! I thought I was going to have to add it to my list because every week I make a list of 3 things of jobs I need to do, usually one biggish one and 2 little ones, so it sort of gives me a little goal, it sort of motivates me to do it, and often I tup it across to the following week because it hasn't been done. But you know, that's life, isn't it? I just like to, as we used to say years ago, I chunk it. I do little chunks because if I look at all the jobs I need to do, I get overwhelmed. So yesterday I finished making my ironing board cover. I started it and finished it all in one go. So I just made like a hem all the way around so that the ties, the string could go through. It's got its original like heat pad that came with the first cover, and I reused the strings that came from the original cover, which was years old, well over 10, maybe 15 years old. So I'm really pleased I got a little job out the way. Also, I think it's really pretty because this was made from a duvet cover. I bought it in a bundle in the charity shop. I bought a few jumpers, so it probably worked out about £1 odd. So yeah, the rest of the cover, I've got loads left, so I'm going to make it a kawandi, which is another way of saying quilt. And I'm also going to make a little quilt as well, a normal type quilt, and I'm going to use this fabric as the backing fabric because I just think it's really pretty. It's not Laura Ashley or anything like that, but it's sort of reminiscent of it. And I've done it so that this is the border that was near the end of the quilt cover, and I thought, oh, I've got to incorporate that, lovely. I finished my son's Christmas stocking. I know it's January. I'm behind because of having flu, because I was ill for about 2 weeks, and it's taken me this long to sort of get my act together because it's just wiped me out. So when he was little, he was absolutely mad on Thomas the Tank Engine. He had Thomas the Tank Engine curtains and bedding and pillows, and I made him some cross-stitch pictures of the engines, the whole kit and caboodle. And so I thought it seemed appropriate to make him a Thomas the Tank Engine Christmas stocking. So I've sewn this by hand, not on the sewing machine, but with a needle and thread. I've quilted the front, and this is Thomas, and I've put a piece of fleece on, felt, that was in a kit because I bought a kit that had the felt in, and it was great because I made a template. So it came with 2 pieces of felt. So I've used 1 piece of felt on my older son's, who lives in Scotland, on his, and his girlfriend's. So those 2 pieces have been used up now, but it's great because I've got a template to make more. The kit came with a bit of felt, so I scalloped the edges. I had a bit of rick-rack in my sewing basket, this red wavy stuff, so I put that on. I sewed in backstitch, ho ho ho, because it just seemed a big, vast, expansive white, so I thought, right, gotta put something on it. And this red binding I made myself from a kiddie's school dress, because I got a load of kids' gingham school dresses for free, because my charity shop often has a rail of free clothes, and at the end of the summer they put the loads of kiddies' clothes on amongst other stuff. So I took a few for crafting, so the reds turned out really nice, and I made him a letter A. I put a pin on it, so if he wants to stick it on his tree or elsewhere, he can. I used silly reindeer fabric to make the letter A, and a different type of reindeer fabric on the back, and I've just hand sewn it with little stitches, and I found a Christmas tree button in my jar, so I thought, yay, and this pretty ribbon. So it's not fantastic. I've only ever made 2 of the first one I've ever made in real life was for his girlfriend, and this is my son's now. So this will get put in his Christmas box that I'm going to be posting soon. I know, it's January before you say it. I bought him some bedding. I bought my youngest, who still lives with me, some red bedding for his bedroom, because I'm renovating his bedroom at the moment. And my older son liked it, and he said, could you get me a set? And I said, yeah, sure, that's fair enough. Because if I buy one, I like to buy the other. So he got the same bedding set. So it's like a quilted bedspread and pillow shams, and he got his in grey. And it's arrived on Monday, last Monday. So he's really chuffed with it. And then I've got his box of goodies to send as well. And I've started working on my other son's Christmas stocking. He was obsessed with Doctor Who, particularly David Tennant. I like Christopher Eccleston. But my son was obsessed with Doctor Who. He was absolutely chuffed. There's a box down here, a red box, you can't really see it, and it's full of Doctor Who figures. And I haven't got rid of them because I thought it'll make a lovely little thing if he has kids of his own, or nice for him to look at when he's older. Yes, I've done the same thing. I've used a pillowcase, I've quilted it, and on the back, I've just pinned it on so far, is another Doctor Who pillowcase with a Dalek on. So yeah, so I've got a bit more work to do on this one. So I'm getting there. I'm just chuffed about the iron board cover more than anything, because when I made the bias bind, and I was using a folded up tea towel to iron on, because you need to iron it before you sew. It really helps with making it. So we're able to crack on with the binding for this now, and then I'll have my own to make. So yeah, so getting there. I've been painting the hall, so that's why the other day when I was cooking and everything was going everywhere, my hands were tired. I've just been painting everywhere white with dual white emulsion. Yeah, I'll give you a little look, see. My dog's waiting to come upstairs with me. She likes to sit on the bed with me in the morning. It's become our routine now. She sits on the bed while I drink a cup of coffee. So I've left the wallpaper up. I did this a while back because I thought, well, I'm not changing it now. It's got flowers and plants and things like a hare and a hedgehog on. So it's nature inspired, and sort of goes in with the cottagey theme. This is the door that I bought a while back. I just love it with all stained glass. And I've just been painting the bottom of everywhere below the dado rail, which I had installed, white. So I've just got one little bit of dirt to do in the white, and then I can crack on with the paintwork, because all the paintwork needs repainting. And then I left the carpet. The carpets are trash because I gutted the box bedroom, which you can see at the top of the stairs, and I gutted the bathroom. So the mess was just... yeah, because you know what it's like when you knock plaster off the walls. It's unbelievable. We've been here 6 years in February, the end of February. So yeah, the carpet's well overdue for replacing. And this carpet that's rolled up here is for the bedroom that my son's going to be moving into soon, because he's ordered his bed. He's bought himself a bed. I've said to him, rather than buy rubbish, because he's always buying himself little bits of games and stuff, which is fair enough because he does work hard. But I've insisted that you get a bed this month, because he's moving up into the middle bedroom, and because he's going to have his big bulky desk here and a big wing chair, I said you need a single bed, and it'll be handy for when you move, because if he gets a studio flat, he's probably not going to have the room for a big bed. He's also bought... sorry for the mess everywhere. Everywhere's up and on because I'm still doing stuff. He bought a nice headboard for himself as well. So it's like a soft velour, velvety chenille type headboard. He's got it buttoned because his chair is buttoned in Chesterfield type. So that'll go on his bed. It's absolutely lovely. It's about 30 inches high. It's a nice comfy thing to lean up against. So his bed's coming up next week. So I've got the deadline, I've got to do his room. So I made up the halls done, so I've just got a little bit to do from the middle bedroom to my bedroom, and then the painting's done regarding the walls, but it looks nice, clean and fresh now. And same for here. And I've ordered my last pots of paint. B&Q, I've got 3 for 2 on at the moment on their paint. So if you buy 3, you only pay for 2, so you get 1 free. So I've ordered more white paint, but a smaller pot, because when I get into the living room where my son currently resides, I'm going to paint the ceiling and 1 wall. So I've only got a 5 litre tub and the satin wood paint to do the woodwork with. So that'll do the hall and the living room. So yeah, getting there now. So this week I've got a crack on putting the dado rail, which I bought from the woodyard the other day, which will go in my son's bedroom, the middle bedroom. I got the dado rail from the woodyard, £12–13. It was nearly 30 in B&Q. Put that up, and then on tomorrow when I get paid, I'm going to go back to B&Q and get some more tongue and groove to do along the crumbly wall that I fixed. And then I can paint it, and then it's done. So I'm just waiting for the grey paint to arrive, because I ordered more grey paint to paint the tongue and groove in, because the bedroom's got tongue and groove at the bottom on 2 walls in grey with the dado rail above the grey, and then the walls above are white. And on the chimney breast, he's got a little bit of wallpaper just to break up the sea of plain walls. So we're getting there now. Really happy, sort of chipping things away. There's bits of furniture everywhere that are all in the wrong places, because there's loads of bits that's meant for the living room. But my son's, as I said, my son's sleeping in there at the moment, so I can't put them in there yet. And plus, once he's moved out of that room, I need to paint it. And then I'll be able to sort out the clutter everywhere, because it is everywhere. There's bits in my room, and in the bedroom that he will be in is my dining chairs and a little side table and boxes. So all the things are in the wrong rooms. Talking of clutter, I've got a couple of bags to go off to the charity shop. They need to go. They've sat there for a good couple of weeks because I've been decluttering. The other week I cleared out my kitchen cupboards, that's all gone. I've virtually cleared out my wardrobe and my chest of drawers. So when I move, I might actually get rid of my wardrobe, because the only things I need to hang up really are my coats, because I've got rid of all my dresses and things like that. Jeans I just fold up. So I'm like, I don't really need a wardrobe, I just need the chest of drawers, because the houses and flats and bungalows up in Scotland are much smaller, the places that I'm looking at. So it's like, it'll stop me being so squished in the bedroom. So yeah, I might get rid of my wardrobe before we move. So hopefully we'll get the house up for sale early February now. We're getting there, because I've got loads of little snaggy jobs to do. Like I've got a box in the pipes in the bathroom, boxing the pipes in the kitchen. I've got to make me little bench, me banquette seats. There's just loads of little jobs I need to do. So thanks for listening to my ramble. I hope to see you soon. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much if you've got to the end of me whittering on. And tomorrow is Cheapy Tuesday, so watch out for that. And if you could drop us a little thumbs up or a comment, that would be marvellous. Bye for now.